Hello, today we're going to work on rounding to the nearest 1,000. Let's review what rounding is. So rounding is going to be changing the existing number to be a closer estimate of that same number. So what I want to remember is when I'm looking at the digit that's going to be changing that number, if it is a 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's going to round down or stay the same. If that number is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, the number will round up. So 4 and lower stays the same. 5 and above, you add 1. So let's look at some examples. So we're rounding to the nearest 1,000. So let's just review place value. This is my ones place, my tens place, my hundreds place, and my thousands place. So the thousands place is the one we're talking about. So to start rounding to the nearest 1,000, I'm going to find the thousands place, which I just did, and I'm going to underline it. Then I'm going to circle the digit right next to it, and in this case, it's a 2. The 2 is the digit that will decide whether we're going to round up or down. So if you remember back on this slide, a 2 rounds down. So numbers to the left, which is a 3, are going to stay the same. And then since we're rounding down, the 2 is going to turn into a 0. And everything to the right side is also going to be a 0. So this answer is 3,000. Looking at my next one, ones, tens, hundreds, underline the thousands place, circle the one next to it. So numbers to the left of the circled stay the same. So I have 2 ones, and then I'm going to put in that comma. And in this case, a 0 is smaller than 5, so it will turn into a 0, which it already was. And then these will turn into zeros as well because they're on the right side. So 11,000 is my answer. Ones, tens, hundreds, underline your thousands place, circle the one next door. I'm going to write the 6 digit because that will stay the same. Get that comma. 4 will round down. So this will turn into a 0 in the circle, the 4, and then the 8 and the 2 also turn into zeros because we rounded down. Here, 1, tens, hundreds, underline the thousands place, circle the one next door. In this case, it's a 5, so we're going to add 1 more. 5 and above, you add 1 more. And I add it not to the circle digit, but to the underlined digit because now I'm going to round up. So 9 plus 1 more makes a 10. Then my comma. Remember that I put my comma after the 10. It wouldn't go in between the 1 and the 0. And now these can turn into zeros. So 9,539 is closer to 10,000 than if we were to have rounded down, which would have been 9,000. Okay, this one, ones, tens, hundreds. I don't even have a thousands place. So I'm going to put an imaginary 0, which is the thousands place that will get underlined. And I'm going to circle the one next door. 3 is lower than 5, so this will turn into zeros. And this is closer to 0. So I don't need to write all 3 zeros. I can just do 1. The answer would be 0. In my next one, ones, tens, hundreds, underline the thousands, circle next door. This digit will stay the same. The 4 will tell it to round down, so I don't need to add 1 more. So the 6 will stay the same, my comma, and then everything else will turn to zeros, 36,000. Okay, and that is the end.